Aloha kakayaka means good morning to you on this beautiful Aloha Friday. Whew, yesterday was a marathon, literally. And this morning it's another marathon, up at 7 o'clock and once again learning. And it doesn't matter how old you are, or learning is a process of getting to this point where you just crave for knowledge to go ahead. And sometimes we get too lazy to do that, because we're at a comfort zone and we don't really test our mind, our skills, and our lifestyle and how we want to change it. And so it takes a while. Literally, sometimes you hit into stumble blocks many, many times. It's because we go through what sometimes the outer world tells you what to do, right? And right now, we are fighting for our freedom. Freedom to go out and eat, freedom to go to certain places, freedom to travel, freedom to a whole bunch of stuff that was taken away in 2020. And I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to repeat it again, is that there is a 20-year cycle. And how I know all about these kind of stuff, because I lived it. I lived on believing in this thing called trust the process, because there is a process. There is a process of how you can create that into your lifestyle. And if you keep on chugging away with the same thing because this is what the outer world is telling you what to do, well, that's your choice. But my choice is that the outer world was pressuring me to think that being married, having kids, working a 9-to-5 job, having a corporate job is the best thing you can find with great benefits and this and that. Yes. But for me, I went through all of that stage, and it wasn't really me, because it wasn't giving me the freedom to be me, to really dig in, to find my superpower of life, of enjoying how to really create the optimum health, the wealth. Meaning wealth, everybody think, oh, it's a fast money, boom, 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 having a Lamborghini, driving a Porsche, having a good life, eating caviar and drinking champagne. It can be, but there's much more things that is much more simpler in life. And that's why when I came back, hey, I was living in Beverly Hills for 5 years. Yes, I met some of the most extraordinary minds. Yes, I met some of the most interesting people. And from there, I went to my second phase, which is self-realization on where I am in this world among the sea of people, right? And I took on some clients because of my consulting business that I was taking away, and I needed that break because, hey, today we're celebrating Cocojor 20 years. 20 years. And how did that all happen? I hit rock bottom going through a divorce, looking at two dogs named Coco and Jordan, and created Cocojor because I decided to dig into my superpower and say, you know what, F it with everything else. I'm gonna do something that I truly love, which is dogs and fashion. And I start to create doggy aloha wear for dogs. And so, using that moment, that time when you think, oh God, where am I going with my life? Did I do wrong in going through some certain things that we need to go through. Yes, we need to stumble upon the bad to understand the good. And that really didn't really click on me until now, 20 years later. Believe it or not, because I somehow let go of certain kind of philosophy, certain kinds of wants and needs, what society want you to do. I let go. And I let the process happen. You know, whether I got into 2-car accident or whether I said to myself, I'm going to lose this house, or whether I said I was going to go into a lifeless love life. But that's not true, because you meet certain kind of people and you fall in love with them, or you think you fall in love with them, or you think that this is going to be your knight in shining armor because this is what society thinks that I should have in my life. Well, you can't have all of that unless you find yourself. And so that's why I'm coming up with my courses. First, it's a 1-day course. Next is a mini course. And then I'm going to have my 30-day challenge. And so all of this just came up to me yesterday when I was so tired. I was like 12 hours working, 12 hours doing this. And I'm like, but all of that was worth it because my mind started to rumble. You know, I was like, okay, I'm going to go and take a nap. I lay down, took a power nap, and boom, I start to write it. I start to write a lot of my ideas, and that's why these power nap is actually gives you that superpower to find you and what you want to do. And so that's how I came up with certain ways on how I can teach you and how to do it. And it's easy steps, but the hardest thing is trusting the process. Because why? We're creatures, number one, of bad habits. Number two, we want instant gratification. And number three, self-doubt. Is because if we don't figure out and clarify those things on why we're feeling this self-doubt, why am I not trusting the process? And why do I want hurry up, instant gratification? Is because what we are surrounding ourselves. And it's all due to our mindset. So stay tuned for more information on how you can learn, guess where? On demand, online, anytime, 24/7, doesn't matter where you are. So I'm setting all of that up so I can share you my secret in the last 20 years from going from getting married, going through a divorce, and starting up my own company. I have some of the most interesting stories, interesting ways, and most of all, some of the secrets in how to do this. And so you stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube, like us on our new Facebook, and we'll see you soon. Aloha!